4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Night Show. I'm your host, your Grand MC, your Night of Entertainment, the one, the only TK Diz, Isaac, Quickstep, Aeon, Orion. You know what you can call me. I am your night host, the one who reads through the night show, who travels through this kingdom of entertainment to push back the sorrow and put a smile on everyone's faces. Raise your blade, call your champions, and get ready to trail the path of dawn. We continue our adventure into Final Fantasy XIV, where, as you see, we got a little farther since the last time you've possibly seen. We're no longer in Tuliola. We're inside the dome, and we're rocking a level 98 Dark Knight now. Yeah, I did a dungeon off screen, the Vanguard. I ran it with some free company members. But now, before we do anything story-wise, and you can see my Black Mage here is rocking a new outfit. Yeah, since I got him to level 70, to level 50, not 70, he is officially now rocking it with the Tombstone gear for level 50. We're gonna throw him into a dungeon run just right this now, which I'm gonna actually start probably most likely. I don't know. I'm gonna debate getting him new shoes or pants. But for now, we're gonna run a quick front line with him so we can get a little bit stronger. Yeah, because we gotta work those levels. Yeah, because I'm gonna try to get everyone to 90. Or sorry, I shouldn't say everyone. Every job I can to 90. Because, well, that's just the game we play. Well, I may have to actually take a break from that soon, because once we reach level 100, I'm going to definitely try to work and see for Tombstone gear. Well, I'm probably going to look to see if we can actually buy Tombstone gear for, or because I want, when pre-patch comes in, I want to have the highest level gear I can get. Yeah, I don't want to do what happened with Endwalker, where I continuously just kept going to the auction house for gear, and it basically made it so I almost have no gil. It's actually the best option I could have done. I really should have just done that. If I had realized to get Tombstone, bought Tombstone gears to begin with, I would have just done that. I'm sure it probably would take me longer to get through these post-patch, but in the end, it is what it is. Gonna wait for the front line to go off. Then we'll continue with what we have of the plot. Yes, we can also see, if you're curious, that means we also are now at the point to level 97 quests. Yeah, and we did already run a level 97 dungeon. Like I said, to get here we had to do the Vanguard dungeon, which I ran with some free company members. It was indeed crazy, as some people said, but admittedly not crazy bad, although the last boss did have some insane moves. I, honest to God, probably would not have run it as well without my free company. It was nice doing that with voice chat. So that's a good thing, because we got 8 days till the new World of Warcraft expansion drops, and I do really want to play that as much as I can. I will probably play it on the channel as well. Hey, we got front lines. Although, just like Final Fantasy XIV here, it's gonna be split into two, because that's just the way how we're gonna roll. I'm sorry. It's the brand new expansion. Yeah, but although I may, during time while streaming, just play on other characters as well to show off those parts of the plot we may have skipped. But probably with the example of situations like when we were doing the Time Runner, I may be less post or not, who knows? It all depends. The timer was supposed to drop end in 2 days. Admittedly, I did not buy the outfits, but then again, I hated so much of their transmog. Full screen, which is weird because I thought I clicked that earlier. Nice one. Nice, nice. Now win or lose, doing does the yellow team. This ain't red versus blue. I heard a lot of people were upset with how serious they took the final season for that one. I don't have much to say. I have yet to watch it. It also kind of like My Hero. Although I heard some of that might just be translations were wrong. From what I've heard of the ending is like, not, is it really that bad? The way these defined wasn't the end of the story. It seems fine to me. Also, the reason these issues I have is because honestly, someone's gonna pull off. I have no idea what's going on. Then I got this. Let's go to flow. I don't even know what was hitting me. Oh, we're back. Back again. Back beats back. I hope to eventually get another Torgo, even though I can use the Torgo. Yeah, we had an early lead when Carter lost it. The reason I say I have a hard time telling if we're gonna win or lose in this fight. Fights only do so much because I'm not that good at PvE. Again, I'm in PvE here. I'm not losing PvE or anything like that. I'm literally just doing whatever the fuck I can. Where are we all most of the team? I don't know, we all. Where's everyone going? It's also why I like to to be honest, I have no idea if there's any rhyme to our strategy. Charging my attack. Got caught on a pinch. How's everyone doing today? They destroy one of the big crystals for 4 points. It's over. Last time I when I lose. Just long piece. I can know who's knocking me out. Not gonna jump points. I was waiting to respawn. This could be either ours or blues, depending on what position is on top. Being that there's a whole bunch of mini ones, I'm not. Level up there, did we? No biggie. I'm in no rush to level Black Mage to 90. And before someone points out, max level is 80. Never equipped this. Let's do our side quest. Well, not our side quest, continue the main story. Inside the dome, where you can see the place that here is based in the age like 30 years. Saying you and yours are visitors from beyond the barrier. That's true? Yeah, what do you guys think of the new sword? So it is. So that means we're connected to the outside world again? Not that I have decided to leave, mind you. I'm quite content with life here in Alexandria. But setting that aside, if you're here to observe our work, right, as you can see, I'm in charge of livestock. Here at Kipu's Hollow, we produce not only fresh fruits and vegetables, but also meat, poultry, and eggs. Tending the animals is an absolute joy, but I have to be careful not to grow attached. It's always a little sad when I shipped off, but job's a job. Well, I need to get back to it, but it was nice talking to you. Please give my regards to the Queen. Oh, unfamiliar face. I gather this is your first time on site then? Well, this here's the storehouse, or rather the entrance. The real storehouse is underground, much more spacious and equipped with the temperature regulation system to keep the harvest from spoiling. Since the entrance is so small, it's much easier to prevent wild beasts from wandering inside, which also makes it a vital facility for breeding and raising livestock. We've got a few beds down there for emergencies. My parents often complain about how Alexandrian technology and electro company our lives, but it's a matter of learning how things work. Take my job, for instance. I'm presently overseeing the storage of harvested crops. They'll be taken up to the tower for processing, and then they'll find their way to every dining table in Alexandria. The work is hard, I'll not deny it, but I'll take great satisfaction in what we do. Levels appear to be fine. As for the power source, you wish to know my job? I tend to the fields, watering the crops, keeping the soil fertile, and so on. Really, it took some time until I fully understand how best to carry out my duties. I also manage the lamps we use in the fields. We do our best to keep everything up to code. But should they ever start to malfunction, it's up to me to fix them. The land and sky being what they are, ensuring a rich harvest makes for constant work. But honestly, I enjoy how involved the process is. Both my parents being Alexandrian, I didn't grow up knowing much of anything about farming. Every day is an opportunity to learn and grow. I see, don't be too hard on yourself. Anyone would have been hard pressed to deal with such a thing. Welcome back. My apologies for failing to notice your return. I gather you've had your fill speaking with the farmers, then let us return to yeah, I don't know these names. Such a thing. Please be a cutscene with text. I don't want to talk so much. Well, what was your impression of the farm? I realized what I asked for. Or is what I got, but that's not what I meant. I was amazed that everyone loved their work. Curious observation. Do you not love your own work? I do, but, well, my night job, not my day job. And as an adventurer, yes, I love my work. Oh, but I jest. It is true that people out in the outskirts seem the most fulfilled. Always, they take to their duties with good cheer. What did you think of our little tour, Lamate? Oh, what did you call me? Was that inappropriate? My apologies. I heard the others call you by that name, and I thought... Oh, no, it's fine. As you said before, we have no need for titles or formalities. And here, I thought that was... I was gonna say, that was the name Gerald keeps calling her by. Then again, I don't think he's ever called her that. My thoughts, I was very impressed. That machine could be used to overcome so harsh an environment is amazing. That machines could be used to overcome so harsh of an environment is amazing. I've never seen anything like it. The feeling is understandable. Indeed, many still find the machinery behind me baffling. The system that controls the distribution of water for the fields and livestock. It's been acting up lately, though. Up, you say? You needn't worry, my queen. It happens fairly often. Put simply, it's taken in water that has a strong lightning charge. We think some creatures have become charged up with energy, and they're releasing it into the river and use as a source. The system would return to normal if the creatures were dealt with, but I'm reluctant to begin of the army. could take care of it if you'd like. That is most gracious of you to offer, but it's as much as you're dangerous. Oh, it's no trouble for the battle resolve of Tuliola. Yes. The relation between our nations may develop. If there are people in need, I want to help. Simple as that. And Crest Alex is even stronger than I. It shouldn't take us long at all. Very well. I graciously accept, but please take care all. Take all care. Take care all. Ugh. This is to go even faster if you and I search for lightning charged fiends on our own. Good hunting. Search for fiends. Kill every last one of them. There's the thunder spirit. Does glow. I kind of like that. I was noticing because if you remember our previous sword, it glowed and you drew it. That sword looks more like you're using it when it glows. Well, it's dropped. I thought it was funny when I was running Vanguard. It was I kept getting a bunch of there wasn't a lot of gear that was dropping for Dark Knight. So I kept getting and the sad thing is I kept greeting, but so did my I don't know if my groupmates were or they were eating for it, but basically I kept getting the gear I needed. It's like no more lightning spirits. Lightning spirit. All right, thank goodness. You know, I got a bad feeling she's gonna end up being a villain, but she's so nice. I'm gonna be sad that if we have to kill her. We really need to have to worry so much. We barely broke a sweat dealing with the fiends. They're all gone now. Of course, I was worried. You're my dear guests, but thank you. We truly appreciate this. Indeed, with this, we won't have to ask Zorel's machines for help. He's been making concentrated effort to bolster his forces, sparing but a few fraction of the people's protection. He thinks nothing of our safety, unlike Queen Speed. That's enough. So if you have grievances, I will hear them later. But speak of the... No? No, she's right. He's never been one to look after his people. Anyways, thanks for letting us tour the farm. The folks here are delightful, and it was a pleasure to meet them. You wouldn't have favored us with more uplifting words. My people are my pride and joy. And you never fail to let us know, nor how much you care. Of course, you're my precious family, all of you. I'm totally getting Metatron flashbacks right now. You seem a good sort, I'll admit, but you'll forgive me if I'm not ready to lower my guard for the enemy queen just yet. Ah, for you to be called that, I dread to imagine what villainy your majesty has committed. Come now, this is no laughing matter. A ruler is responsible for the welfare of countless lives, and one wrong decision can lead to untold suffering. Failure is unconscious. I don't know what the fuck that word is. That is the first I've heard of that. Now I believe we are done with the farm. Let's move on, shall we? Also, that boot design is growing on me. What's weird is it also doesn't feel like it should be. Here we have... God, I wish these quests gave more XP. Perhaps we should head back to the outskirts. I dare say your friends will also have returned by now. My thanks again for dealing with the fiends. Come and visit us anytime.
What's happening over there?
Also, so you guys can get a break from hearing me talk. Because I feel like you get tired of my rambling, don't you?
It's nearly time.
Her voice just changed there. It's a tone and expression. I feel like the other shoe's about to drop.
I'm glad you could make it. Are you with us?
Queen's fiends come to see you.
We're here, Namika. Everything is going to be all right. What's the matter, dear?
If you haven't realized it yet,
It can't be.
this is our handmaiden. Why they're just now
That's
noticing
the bangle
this?
I gave to Namika.
You literally...
You know her.
Of course I know her. She was like a mother to me.
I see. She was always willing to lend a kindly ear to others, but
Jeez, you have to think
rarely
about
did
it.
she ever speak
The
of
people
herself.
inside the dome, this whole land is 30 years have passed for these people already.
Is it really you?
Oh god, this doesn't look like it's gonna be good.
She must have arrived shortly before the barrier manifested. For us, it was perhaps days, but for her.
30 years have passed.
Namika, it's me. Wuklamat.
And she already was an old lady.
I'm afraid her time with us is nearly at an end. Has she no more soul cells?
She always used hers sparingly, but at her age, it wouldn't
Soul
make
cells?
a difference.
I mean, you gotta think how much she's been aged. If she was already an old woman, with 30 years have passed.
Ma'am, the ushers have arrived.
I don't like what's about to happen. Everything just feels incredibly wrong. Like I'm hearing red flag, red flag, red flag. No. More definitely, it's Crimson is like just hearing me.
Thank you, Namika, for your many years of friendship. Take comfort in the knowledge that this is not the end. Be not afraid. Your memory will live on. In us.
Yeah. I don't like this. Something just sounds wrong.
Living on in memory. The giants share a similar belief.
Something just sounds wrong here.
Wait, where are you taking her?
Worry not. She is being escorted to a medical facility in the tower. There we will ease her burden. I had hoped to make arrangements for her sooner, but she wished to remain here for as long as possible. I could not bring myself to refuse her.
Everything's screaming. Crimson, crimson, crimson. Flags.
Is there any way I might stay with her for a little while longer? We may not share the same blood, but she was my mother. Please.
Let us give them some time alone.
I know this just seems tragic, but I feel like something else is gonna happen. This seems too simple than just an instant, like, oh, she's gonna die of old age. Something just about this feels wrong.
She didn't speak, but I'm grateful that I could be with her at the end. Thank you.
It's not the end.
No, I'm just
Oh,
confused.
nothing. I was just thinking that we have much to discuss. Where shall we begin?
I don't like to change the topic there.
With what we can be reasonably certain of, perhaps. Between what we have witnessed and the testimony of Alexandria's inhabitants, it's safe to say that two distinct lands have indeed become one. What's more, having met Namika, there is no denying the divergence in the passage of time. Taken together, these phenomena strongly suggest that some manner of cross-rift displacement has occurred. Specifically, the displacement of Alexandria from another reflection to the source.
I wonder what reflection this, if Alexandria is
It
from
does
another
seem the most likely
shard,
explanation.
I wonder what shard is it from? Is this one from the ones that the Askians have already combined into the source, or one of the ones that never did?
What perplexes me, however, is the scale of said displacement. It far exceeds what could conceivably be achieved with a Void Gate, or even with the Crystal Tower. In essence, we are dealing with a localized instance of dimensional compression. The Ascians would no doubt liken it to a rejoining.
Yeah, I thought we were done mentioning Asians.
Which invites the question, how was such a feat accomplished?
I wish that I had an answer for you, but this talk of reflections and dimensions is well beyond my understanding. I can only tell you that we lived peacefully under the barrier's protection for many, many years, until the day that peace was suddenly broken.
If I may clarify, the barrier predates Alexandria's displacement.
By several hundred years, yes. To when the continent we call home was ravaged by a devastating cataclysm.
That makes me think
The barrier
maybe
was erected to isolate us from the surrounding land's innocuous
SARS,
influence.
but who knows?
I see. And it was only later that it was whisked away, along with its contents, by means unknown.
Especially when
In
it
other
revealed
words,
Crow-
Sphinx as lost
Crow
as
might
the
be
rest of us, right?
unless
The
she was given to
Alexandrians
her,
didn't mean to end up in Toral.
grandfather by a Lafel couple when he ran into the Golden City.
But of course, our next stop ought to be Everkeep. That
I almost
tower
feel like
over
she keeps
yonder.
changing the topic weirdly.
Once you have been registered as my guests, you will have access to Solution 9 and its residential district, where you will doubtless gain invaluable insight into Alexandria's state of affairs. Unfortunately, I cannot take you directly to where Zoraljar resides.
That you'd let us in it all goes a long way toward proving you're not content to let Zoralja do as he pleases.
Yet somehow I still feel like
But
she's
we're
gonna
not
be
talking about a simple difference of opinion here. I've come to avenge my father. And to do so, I intend to take Zoralja's life. Are you willing to stand by and allow Alexandria's king to be slain?
I would say there totally would need to be a reference to Alexander here,
A
but
fair question.
since he was brought up in Heaven's War, there's no way for him to be, because this
Permit me to
constantly,
answer it thus. My people come
constantly
first.
bring up Alexandria,
Their
like he's
welfare
making me
is
think Final Fantasy
paramount.
9. Especially her name. No, wait, that's started with B. Okay, really should
I
go back
will
and
do
finish 9.
everything in my power to keep them from harm.
But yeah, that was the main
It
city. I
is
think
a
I
ruler's
wanted to
duty.
point out was connected to Alexander in that. But
Now,
since he's been
I am off to
used
register
as a-
you at
as
Everkeep.
a primal
It
in-
may take some time, but
in,
you shall find the
Heaven's
entrance
Ward, I don't
open
think
to
we
you
can
in
bring him
due
back.
course. Oh, and ere I forget, your mother, Kafkiwa, you might try the Thunder Yards to the east.
The Thunder Yards? Is that where she is?
I am afraid I can say no more than that. Make for the Thunder Yards, and all will be made clear.
I don't know how to respond to that. Something about that just sounds weird. I'm guessing we're gonna go to Thunder Yards.
It's not as if we have other pressing business. Not until we can get into this Everkeep anyway. Thank you for earlier. And for being a friend to Namika these past 30 years. It means a lot to me.
This expression is weird. What-
Namika? I'm sorry, but I don't know who you mean.
Yep, there's all the what the red flags mean. Like everyone getting shock looks. I love how his look is just,
We were just with her.
wait, what?
If this is some
It's
sort
like
of
he's
a
trying to
joke,
process
it isn't
it.
funny.
I don't mean to give offense, but I honestly have no idea who you are talking about. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder what it has to be.
How
something
can
to
you
do with
not know who she is? You're in charge here. She was under your care.
Then in all likelihood, my memories of her have been stored in the cloud.
What? I just eye squint. Do you fear that's why they bring up, probably why it's focused? I mean, my guess is it's something with...
Any person seemingly forgotten without reason is probably there.
That's
in the cloud.
Horrifying. So a person could die.
I really must be getting back to work. If you'll excuse me.
Die and then instantly just forget the person died? Like, what the hell kind of thought is that? Who would design a system like that? No, like seriously, who would design a system that someone dies, you forget what's going on? How could suddenly forget about Namika? As if you never knew her. Could the same thing have happened to others as well, I wonder? There's only one way to find out. Let's make inquiries about Namika in the area. We can reconvene after getting the rights. Any people that might not get straight. An old woman named Amika. Afraid I don't know that person. Sorry, I couldn't be of help. What's that? Do I know an Amika? Never met anyone by that name, and I've worked at the outskirts for a good while now. If she spent time here, I would remember. So that makes me wonder, do you just basically forget any memory that the person would have lost? Or are they just missing from your memory? Like say, oh, you remember talking with a person in the hall. But... I do recall caring for someone until recently. When you say that it was a woman named Amika, well, I can't be safe for certain if it was her. I wouldn't worry. I'm sure she's just taken up to the cloud. Well, that kind of feels like it gives me a part of an answer. And basically, they remember the actions, but not the person that it belongs to. Give me a silent one. Please give me more than talking. So it was the same for everyone. Jesus. What's weird is you hear sound effects in the background. Not a single person remembers Namika. Is that if the memory of her has been purged from their minds? While such a thing might be done with magic, to alter the memories of so many at once would be a tremendous undertaking. We would have felt a surge of ether corresponding to the act, too. I sense none in the moment. Neither did I, but I did notice something else. Right before Pepone seemingly forgot, a light in the device on his head began to blink. Could there be a connection? Someone also said something about soul cells. But who might we ask about this? If we continue making such inquiries, I expect we'd only cause confusion. Indeed, we can't readily solve the mystery around Amika. Perhaps we could search for I know they just said it, but some of these names are hard to remember and pronounce. Spanid said to try the Thunder Yards. It should be within this direction. Robot? Impossible. The kind of mechanical soldier, it looks dangerous. We better destroy it. We give chase? Yes. I think I understood our words. It might be worth asking it some questions. Annabelle, are you alright? You look like you've seen a ghost. It's nothing. I'm fine. Well, it went off in the direction we're headed anyway, so let's track it down. Kill it like the rest. See the robot. Found it? Then it ran off again. Damn robot. Found it? To the northeast. Then it must be down to the mines. Come on then. Could well be a trap, so let's not rush it too quickly. Voices coming from inside. It's not alone, but we're still going in, of course. This may be a trap, but we're ready for a fight. No, I'm gonna be right back, guys. Take me just a minute. house. And we'll continue again. Sorry, I know I said I just need the 1 minute, but something else came up. There's no music playing. I can hear them, several people up ahead. I can't make out the conversation with the echoing. Let's keep going, stay under guard. Cutscene. Please be one where they read the lines out. Robot.
What is this?
It's a robot.
Aaronville!
And they're surrounded with people. Guns.
A trap?
Yeah, sword does glow when you draw it.
It really is you!
Huh?
I don't know, they can just take the modes.
I just had to get a look at you in the light, and I can still hardly believe my eyes. But it is you, my darling Olivia!
My darling, what now?
I'll just sheath their weapons.
Oh, it's so good to see you, my fussy little bun bun. What are you doing here? What brings you all this way?
Fussy little bun bun. I'm gonna comment on that one.
Why the long face? Aren't you happy to see me after all this time?
I'd know that laugh anywhere. Mother?
So many questions.
Wait. Since when was your mother a weird floating thing?
And what have we here? Say, aren't you Galoo Jaja's kitten?
I love.
I knew I recognized that adorable fuzzy face. Ellen Espierre was always so excited whenever you invited him over to play.
The scene was also tense.
remember
This
me, I
robot
know.
just takes. This is a complete, like, what the hell?
I can't say that I do, but you know my father?
Appearances notwithstanding, it would seem this is my mother, Kafkiwa.
Is also apparently his mentor.
I'm sorry?
No one knows how to
Oh,
react to this.
this won't do. Come in, come in! Friends of my Ellen Espierre are always welcome.
All I ask is a little forewarning, but
Also,
no.
why does it look like the girl's not wearing pants? Literally the whole situation's like, what the just happened?
Just when I thought I was starting to get a handle on this place. How are things still getting stranger?
As far as I can tell, this is indeed my mother. I can think of few people in the world so spirited. But as for what happened, we'll need to ask her. Yes. Well, gone and forgotten. Let's hear what she has to say. Let me just pour one coffee for them all. It's a wonderful meal. The students of Balsamian. It's been a while since I've heard that name. Dare I ask for the reason for your appearance? Oh, this is just a body that I control remotely. I use it for operations. We members of the resistance organization Oblivion, we call ourselves, and our goal is to thwart Zoral Jaw's mission for conquest. As the leader, it's prudent that I remain where I can't be easily found. I see whimsical appearances notwithstanding, yours is a serious cause. Right you are. The truth be told, Oblivion was founded for an altogether different purpose. And that is? I expect you already knows everything you've seen in this dome, the buildings, the people, the very earth beneath our feet is a fusion of two worlds. Stopping such a fusion was Oblivion's original mission. Then does that mean you know who or what is responsible for it? I'm afraid not. This was a long time ago, and our mission statement has become more of a legend. It's passed down to members. By the time we joined, our sole objective was stopping Zoral Jaw. But we failed to do that, and now he's taking his army outside the dome. None of you wear those strange devices on your head. Does that have something to do with your work? Who just put that there? Who put that there? Like, where did that come from? You mean this? It's a regulator, the pinnacle of electro technology, and that we don't wear, it is indeed related to our operations. What exactly does it do? Allow me to explain. Regulators have two primary functions. The first, as the name suggests, is the regulation of a wearer's reserves of soul. Should they die, the regulator expands the soul to bring them back to life. Reserve, you mean people walk around carrying spare souls? They do. Souls are packed in cells, and they can be used to replenish the life force that is lost due to sudden death, such as accidents. They do nothing for those who die of old age, though. Distribution of soul cells is based on one's work evaluation, to encourage explanatory performance when fulfilling their duties. Souls as a common resource in payment for the services rendered. That's disturbing. The void scent practice of consuming others for their ether comes to mind, and similarly I expect that act comes with some risk. This is a reference with the whole thing with the void scent and Walker was post-patch. I don't know what that's a reference to. Wouldn't the consciousness of others corrupt your own? That is granted through memory management, a process in which the regulators also play a role. Memory management, and the reason everyone has forgotten Amika's existence. The regulators are constantly recording the memories of their wearer, so if they should die suddenly, their memories can be refreshed as part of the restoration process. What the hell? This is how they preserve one's identity and sense of self. However, the regulators are also triggered when someone else dies. Reason being that is the regulators forcibly extract memories relating to the deceased from anyone wearing them. Why would they do such a thing? It is a kindness bestowed upon the people by Everkeep's core system, so that no one has to suffer the pain of loss. So this is what they meant by their memories being in the cloud. Indeed, all memories of the deceased are wiped from the minds of the people and archived in the system. Gotta say, that's a crazy. When do we get his name? It's a friendly function of the regulators and an integral step in the soul cell production. You see, when a person dies of natural causes, their soul is temporarily housed within the regulator. It is then delivered to a facility where the memories are separated from the soul. The result is a fresh soul cell, free of impurities, ready for distribution and consumption. What is that dog barking that I can hear that through my door shut? Meanwhile, the memories are stored in the core system to be remembered forever. This is why people are happy here. On the surface, it's similar to the Yoku's philosophy, but I see nothing noble or comforting in it. Oh, it doesn't seem so terrible to me personally. All comes down to what you're used to, I suppose. Like the barrier encasing Alexandria, this system was created to overcome the calamity that transformed the world hundreds of years ago. Amidst the mounting death toll, scientists used the trope to devise a means to save what lives they could so the nation could endure. I understand the people of Alexandria did what they believed was best to save their people. I just find it hard to believe that Torali would also accept this way of living. It came to a shock to us as well. In fact, a great many were opposed to it. This is why the use of regulators was never the people have always been free to go without them if they so wished. Spinny didn't strike me as sort of the ruler to impose her will on others. Ah, so you've already met. She's the one who suggested we come to the Thunder Yards in the first place. She also said she wanted to help us stop Zoralja. Awfully kind of her to point you in my direction, and to speak so candidly as well. Whatever her motives, she has given the people a choice: live with the risk of true death or the security of the regulators. Everything that lives must die someday. That is the natural order of things. Quite right, but however you feel about them, it is easier to understand what the regulators are capable if you saw it for yourself. We have. I know just the person to show you, and luck would have it, they should be starting to work right about now. Who are we going to see exactly? Come with me and you'll find out. game is really nostalgia. What the hell? Also, I just realized the name of this quest is gone and forgotten. To be fair, I don't look at quest names until I need to. So I wouldn't notice them. Everyone here? Good. It is the responsibility of the Thunderyard's hunters to fell any fiends found wandering the area. You to me and acquaintance and strike out one of these hunters. What are you doing here? With so many friends. Apologies for the interruption, but I was hoping they could observe you at work. Hunting you mean? That's fine, I guess. Hold on, I assumed they were wearing special regulators like Queen's Fiend's crown, but they aren't wearing anything at all. It must be dangerous to be here without one. What if they're struck by lightning or attacked by beasts? Sure, they're all quite capable of looking after themselves. If anything should go amiss, I will take full responsibility. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Danger aside, there isn't really much to see. Kelka said you're a hunter, but wouldn't it be easier for those mechanical soldiers to guard this place? It would, if not for the fact that it leads to lightning. Thunderyard being what it is, they've been ordered to steer clear. Some good they are, eh? These facilities are vital to the upkeep of Alexandria's infrastructure, so it fails to hunters like me to deal with any fiends. Given the danger, we're well compensated for our work. It's a perfect profession for anyone looking to build up savings. A special selection of souls for hunters isn't terrible either. I've read this a lot to see this danger you speak of. It's not too much trouble to ask. Now, of course, in any case, it's a shame to waste my efforts on just any old beast. You can all handle yourselves in a fight, right? If you cause a ruckus slaying what critters you see, there is a chance you'll draw out something worthy of demonstration. I'm not sure I understand, but I suppose we could each slay what we can. Except Enderville, still can't fight. Really should pick up this sword at one point or something, eh? Constantly in the thick of the fields, but you never try to fight. Now that these apparently see us not letting it attack them. Is that fate? Let's see. I barely have a void. Charge. Monster. Nicely. You a monk? I'll help you. It's fine, really. I face once. Just watch. I'll make the looks of this. Oh no. No! Ah! Well. Preserve. She needs healing. She's dead, I'll say. Love. That was embarrassing. The bastard caught me off guard. You mad? Seriously, let us help. I told you not to worry. So where's the bastard right now? This will only take a moment. Oh, no, he's just standing there. let's get out of here. That is also a function of the regulators. I think I understand how Zoral Ja was able to return from the dead and defeat Papa. I'm not sure what we just saw at the end there. As soon as the regulars turned red, it was as if you were possessed. Your movements became beast-like. Sunspite, you empowered yourself with the soul of the beast. I'm reminded of the serpentine soldier we encountered at Vanguard who did the same. So you've crossed paths with one of the king's elites. Such a form can only be achieved through gorging yourself on souls. Souls. We could do the same in theory, but it's incredibly dangerous. Besides, it's not as if we allow hunters to carry that many souls to begin with. Well, I should be getting back to work. Take care. There you have it. Aliens can be loaded with 2 kinds of souls. Those people and those of beasts. So that, I guess that explains Vanguard. Yeah. So for what it's talking about right there is the last boss in Vanguard. He came across as a typical soldier. Obviously, when I first saw him, I thought it was supposed to be a corrupted, like the corrupted version of Garoth, Kryle's adopted grandfather. But I was wrong. It was just some random soldier. He went down far quicker than I expected for, a final boss of a dungeon, and I was like, he's gonna revive, isn't he? Especially because he's the only one who had the regulators. And yeah, he turned into a giant, like, fucking snake person. There you have it. Regulars can be loaded with 2 kinds of souls, those of people and those of beasts. The souls of people can be used to grant the user's preternatural strength. Naturally, they can also be used to ensure no one suffers an untimely death. And what about the souls of beasts? They work in much of the same fashion, imbuing with the strength of the chosen animal. If, for example, you use the soul of a wolf, you will grow more agile and feral, as you saw with Strika. Using several of the same type at once, however, you will result in physical changes. Your teeth might become fangs, your nails claws, too many, and you'll become more beast than man. Changing one's form through the souls of others, it becomes more and more reminiscent of the Void Scent. Once again, explain to me why Endwalker had the whole Void Scent 13. Yet, unlike the Void, where the cycle of death and rebirth is simply broken, souls here are forcibly taken for the main. You'll see different means to achieve similar ends. A cycle to which all don't are bound. This is wrong. This is all wrong. It's indeed hard to accept being so far removed from our own beliefs. That's so shocking. The technology to achieve all this was developed hundreds of years ago. The civilization and the reflections are surprising, indeed. On souls. For now, the more thing is, we know what power Zoral Ja has at his disposal. It's one thing to separate corporal aether from the incorporeal aether. To strip memories from the soul entirely is unprecedented technology. This is no longer only Tuliola's concern. With his newfound power, Zoral Ja has become a real threat to the entire world. Indeed, he has to be stopped, no matter the cost. Worth of a soul. Still only 97. We're almost at 99. Oh, okay. We're what, 3/4 of the way to 99. I trust you gaining insight to the use of souls in Alexandria. It's shocking, I know. I was overwhelmed myself at first. I expected you'll need some time to digest it all. But for now, let's head back to Earth and Sky. This rate, there's something I want to discuss with everyone. Let's take a moment before we head into the tunnel. Bracing and moving. Sorry for delaying us. I have some thoughts I need to share. Both technology and values. It's plain there's a wide gulf between Tulliola and Alexandria. And while Zoral Ja knows everything about us, we know hardly anything about what he's become. Indeed, if we haven't seen what lies within that enormous tower he ever keep. So here, I'd like to make a proposal. That is, we work with Kalku and her people. We need to learn as much as we can about the enemy. The quickest way would be to join hands with Oblivion. We've only just met them, I know, and we shouldn't be too quick to trust, but the fact remains they share our desire to stop Zoral Ja. Sneed too claims to have doubts with the King of Resolve. May I ask why you would cooperate with Oblivion instead? It's simple, really. Their leader is Enervale's mother. Meanwhile, whatever Sneed may seem, she's ruler of this nation. There's a greater risk in working with her and less reason to take her at her word. Fair point. And knowing Zoral Ja, we must assume that his arrangement with Sneed was not made without his own consideration. All I know is that it would be heartening to have allies in this strange realm. I think everyone would agree that any help we can get would be welcome. Hold on, there's no guarantee that it's actually my mother behind the machine. Without seeing her in the flesh, we can't rule out the possibility of such an employ. If it turns out to be a trap, we endanger not only ourselves, but everyone in Tulliola. As you say, we have no proof that it really is Kalku. But I make my proposal in full awareness of this. Whether we are going to war or strike for peace, we need to learn as much as we can. Otherwise, we can't hope to do anything meaningful. As it stands, we know too little about this realm. We need to remedy that. We need to study the enemy. And when the time comes, strike down Zoral Ja for good and all. What's more, I trust you, Annabelle. You've always had great instincts, honed from your time training under your mother. What if I'm wrong? What if it's sentiment clouding my judgment? Strap and we'll deal with it when it's strong. I love that. That's always the way with you. Hey. If you can break through the trap anyways, why not? Just show them that your trap means nothing to me. Fine. If you're set on this, I will say no more. Then it's settled. Let's head inside and secure ourselves some new allies. Okay, there's something I need to tell you and your people. Came here for no other reason than to strike down Zoralja. But I thought he was your brother. Do you really mean to kill your own kin? My kin invaded our nation and murdered our people. As a vow of resolve, it fails to me to bring him to account. I'm prepared to do what I must, and I won't hesitate when the time comes. Like us, you and yours oppose Zoralja. In light of this, I propose that we work together to stop him once and for all. I realize that this is sudden. It's a gamble to trust someone we've only just met. But I would trust in the conviction of anyone who shares my goals, so fight with me. I beg you. Say our goals align, and I don't doubt your resolve in the least. If you had proposed working together, I would have done so instead. Truth be told, it's been tough going at it alone. We've gathered ample intelligence. We don't have the strength to take decisive action. Besides, how could we not trust you? My only son was with you, my fussy little bun. He's all the reason I need. Aww. Still find it funny that he's called that. This aside, here's to a fruitful cooperation. Thank you, Kelki. Everyone together will achieve great things, I'm sure of it. Now let's not waste any time. We've been wondering about Zoralja's whereabouts. Is there a palace inside that tower? After a fashion, the king resides in the uppermost level, but while Queen Sphene has his penchant for going out in public, he seldom shows himself. What's more, his movements are highly classified. Not even his commanders are privy to that information. If anyone knows where he is at any given time, it could only be the Queen. Even if we don't know his whereabouts, Zoralja will eventually march on Tuliyola again. That's when we can go after him. The drawback is we have to wait for the invasion to happen. Innocents we put in harm's way. There's also the possibility that he will leave everything to his minions and not command the army in person. No, he'll take the field. What makes you so certain? My brother has always yearned to surpass our father. That's why he attacked Tuliyola. After waiting for 30 years, the first thing he wanted to do was demonstrate his newfound strength. But killing Papa didn't satisfy him, so now he's bent on proving himself stronger than me and Kona, who bested him in the right of succession. He challenged me to strike him down. He wants a duel to show everyone that he's superior to the Dawn Servant, and he won't let his minions deprive him of the pleasure. And why hasn't he appeared giving you your chance? Surely he's aware of our presence here. At that, I can only guess. Perhaps he wants to dazzle us with his wondrous realm. But if he won't deny to appear, then we'll force him to do so. As we gather intelligence, we make no move to attack him. Show absolutely no interest in a confrontation. Knowing him, he'll be tired of waiting and turn his attention to Conan instead. He'll attack Tuliyola again, like he said he will. See, if you believe this is the best approach, then we have no objections. Any campaign against Tuliyola requires that Zoralja leads his forces through the vanguard. We'll have lookouts to keep an eye on it day and night. Such a strategy is certainly inevitable. If we're proceeding with it, though, we should warn those outside. Indeed, they need time to prepare their defenses. I should be able to coordinate our efforts. I'm already in regular contact with Y'shtola, and we'll make sure to keep our comrades apprised of the development. You can leave Vanguard to us. We'll send word at the first time. Okay, now I know why it looks like they're not wearing pants. It's the way their leggings are covered in their... It's the weirdness of the outfits. See, we have a plan. While we wait for Zoralja to move, you'll do well to prepare for battle. It begins with familiarizing yourself with the technology that empowers him. To that end, I will show you to Oblivion's main headquarters. Oh, I thought this place was it. You'll be impressed to know that we're located right inside that tower, in the residential district of Solution 9. hiding a tree in the forest, as it were. The question is how to get you through the checkpoint. Oh, about that. Sneed said you would make it so we could enter without issue. She's curious. She was not supposed to have authority over the sentries. I recall quickly, her words were that she would register us as guests. I see. Perhaps we're in the clear then. Unless it's a trap! When you're ready, come and meet me at the tower entrance. Before you head out, give us a moment to introduce ourselves properly, eh? Yeah, because we've been knowing your name, weirdly. Weirdly, despite it never coming up. After all, names are good to know when working together. Weird. Why don't I go straight into a cutscene? Just to turn in the quest. While Oblivion has operatives all over, we're the main crew here. I'm Gio, the leader of this hideout. And the dependable young twins behind me are Nostalgia and Waka Ki. Wow, the difference in those names. I'm Nostalgia. It's a pleasure to meet you. My sister and I were born and raised inside the barrier. We've been with Oblivion for 3 years, and our main duties are surveillance and provisioning. Twins? That explains the resemblance. Wakiki's a not a name, unless I'm mistaken. That's right, our mother is Tulio, and our father is Exaldrian. They wanted to honor both cultures, and that gave you the name Nostalgia? Like, come on! They're beautiful names. Thank you, although I have no memories of my mother. I'd like to think I carry a part of her with me. So, what made you decide to join Oblivion? It's got a cool design. Okay, I'm just thinking of the Keyblade. We wanted to avenge our father. Ambrose was his name, and years ago he was taken away after a scuffle with a soldier over a disagreement. It was a minor incident, so at first we clung to hope that he'd be released. But when months went by with no words from him or about him, we made the decision to remove our regulators. We already lost our memories of our mother. We didn't want to lose those of our father as well. They had all forgotten about him. Now, everyone who had known him. That bastard, even here he thinks nothing of his own people. I feel like she's mentioning Zoral there, but there was no real reference to say he had anything to do with it. Sometime later, we were approached by a member of Oblivion, hoping to get justice for our father. We joined the Order. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to darken the mood. No, I appreciate you sharing this. Together we'll avenge your father. Thank you. Something tells me you have what it takes. You introduce yourself too. Go on. Juicy, how the hell do you get a name like Nostalgia? It's pretty much the same story as for me. And while my name is a Tawana name, I haven't the faintest how things are outside the barrier. It's my dream to go and see with my own eyes, our mother's homeland. Once peace is restored, you must come and visit. The wilds are beautiful, the food's delicious, and everyone's so nice. You'd love it. And that's us here. You'll meet others in the back room. That's our headquarters. Some of them are a little eccentric, but they have good hearts. All. And Elsaspira, one last thing. It's exactly my place to say this, but thank you for seeking out Kauku. She talks about you so much. It's clear how important you are to her. That's all. Be good to your mother while you can, eh? Wait. While you can? That's suspicious. Well, we'll let you go now. Feel free to use this hideout as you like. Meanwhile, in the Everkeep. Oh, please let this be a voiced one. Not only to give you guys a break from my talking, but it just feels so much like this should be a voice. Whoa. Someone once could describe very Tron-like to this. This game is Tron-like to me. I will agree with that statement. And I don't know that much about Tron. I've only played the Worlds of Kingdom Hearts.
You've been consorting with Wook Lamont. No matter. I do not know what you are scheming. But when your realm lay on the brink, you were powerless. You had no choice but to turn to me. Whatever sentiment you may feel for her, it is my power you require. Is it not?
Yes.
Perhaps. And yet, knowing the love that Wooklamart bears for her people, how she regards them all as kin, I cannot help but wish to spare her the same pain I have suffered. What's more, her friends possess new knowledge. Were we to work together, we might find another path. I know you're loath to consider it, but is there no hope for peace with Juliana? What we've already done may be unforgivable, but it needn't continue. You needn't kill your brother and sister.
You really want to be Prince Slayer?
I slew my only flesh and blood. Yet you attempt to sway me with an appeal to family. The memory of my father's final moments still fills me with disappointment. Age came for him before I did. For long years, I sought to prove the miracle. And weak as he was,
And you only
defeating
technically beat
him
because of the
achieved
regulator.
nothing.
Yes. No, despite powering himself,
is my only
he was
recourse.
still knocked down by Juro.
Wooklamart and Kona,
Literally,
who bested him as he was in his prime.
literally, if it wasn't for the regulator reviving him,
They are still your siblings, even if not
still
by
war.
blood. That such bonds
so it
should
just seems
mean
like the
so
guy who just wants to
little to
prove
you.
himself worthy, but is not.
I am bound to no one. Serve none save myself. I made that clear when first you spoke to me in the Golden City.
Wasn't that when they made the first deal and he killed Zoran?
Remember, I can easily kill your beloved family. If you would protect them, cast aside any foolish notions. Your wisdom and abilities are valuable insofar as our goals align. So think well before you act, Queen of Reason.
She always referred as the Queen of Reason.
Wooklamart, if you are father's worthy successor, then you will find your way to me. But should you fall short, I will lay waste to Tuli Yolal.
But I wonder why her kingdom was on the brink. Because the way they did imply that, I think when she brought this up beforehand, she was implying that.
What now?
I'm not as eager to head to the Everkeep. Right, Kalki is waiting. Let's head to the tower. Heritage found. Sorry, sometimes the name of the place is also just especially when I'm going the wrong way. I was wondering, like, please let this work, please let this work. Giving the ship for World of Warcraft gives flying at least a lot less all over the place than Final Fantasy 14's. So glad they last. Riding in regular flying. It's honestly sometimes I just miss regular flying. Ah, there you are. Queen Spee has registered you as guest that you should be able to march in. And if she hasn't, dungeon time. Then you may have a swarm of Zoral Jaws minions to deal with it. Nothing for it but to see if Spee has betrayed us. Eh? I mean, technically, he wants you to get there as well, so he may just register you as a guest as yourself. Thank you for your diligent services, friends. My companions I would like to pass, if you'd be so kind. Outrunner Guide Unit identified. Registration number verified. 6 accompanying civilians identified. Verifying credentials. 6. Credentials verified. Welcome guests of Queen's Spee. I'm probably butchering her name every time I'm saying it, but I still keep just doing the best I can. What a relief. There you have it. It seems the Queen was true to her words. Follow me, everyone. Solution 9 awaits. Loading, loading, loading. Loading into a cutscene. The R button is the one that's voiced. God, it looks like a goddamn office building.
Everkeep, a tower of electrope piercing a perpetual shroud of storm clouds. Occupying the 9th level of this 12-tiered structure is a residential district called Solution 9.
Going from Wild West City to literally a city that looks like
what hopes did its founders harbor for it? And did it prove the answer they sought?
Oh, even their outfits look more modern day-ish, kind of with the cyberpunk like. Man, I don't even know if I want to have this anymore. We're not really fantasy anymore. We're sci-fi fantasy for sure.
Spectacular, isn't it?
Nice voice.
There are more districts throughout the tower, including industrial ones, but Solution 9 is the largest.
I like the outfit
Just
though.
being here makes my head spin.
Yeah.
Perfectly natural reaction. A city of shimmering electro, replete with strange technologies that cater to every conceivable need. We never dreamed of the life back home in Tuliolo.
No, whatever.
Now, will I go and explain the situation to those in the back room? Why not take a moment to explore? I believe lived experiences are far more educational than dry explanations.
I hope we can get outfits like some of theirs. I would love to wear a coat.
And you want to know more about Sphene and Zoralja's dominion, do you not?
You had me at explore. You didn't lose him because you said fetch or anything like that.
I had a feeling you'd be keen.
Let's not forget, we're adventurers. This is what we do.
Just to confirm, while we have been allowed inside, are we also permitted to roam?
Just literally telling you to explore.
Absolutely. As Sphene's registered guest, you'll find you're exempt from the sentry scrutiny. The elevator to the uppermost level. I wouldn't go near that. But other areas should be fine provided you act like you belong.
All right then, we'll show ourselves around.
Yes. Familiarizing ourselves with the technology here will help us prepare for the battles to come.
Try not to enjoy yourselves too much, or you're liable to attract attention.
Once you've explored to your satisfaction, come to the entrance to True View in the eastern sector. The way from there is a little complicated, so I'll send someone to guide you.
Understood. We'll see you later. I shall speak with the residents. Perhaps one of them will recognize the earring.
Yeah, that's right. Remember, this realm is actually where Cryle is from. I think I mentioned that already at one point, but yeah, she was given to her dad, her grandfather.
What's with this
by
place?
pair of,
How can this all be the inside of a tower?
Infinite space to her question.
So, what aren't you telling me? Where are you?
That, I can't reveal yet. Precautions, you understand. Just know that I'm safe. But come, tell me about your adventurer friend. You seem to have a great deal of faith in him.
Do it.
You
Do
must
it.
have been through a lot together.
Not as much as you think, but this isn't our first adventure with him.
You might say that. For instance, we found the entrance to the Golden City.
Wait, what? You did?
God, I would love that road.
Why didn't you mention this sooner?
Is he ever gonna tell her his name is now Enerville? But seriously, I would want one of these outfits. Even though I can only just transmog it.
You want to explore together?
Or glamour, sorry.
It's not that I'm scared or anything. Everything is just so different from home is all.
Let's say. Be honest. Alright, unfortunately, this is where we're going to call it for the night, guys. So without further ado, I hope you enjoyed our show. Share your favorite, follow, like, spread it out. If you know others to be entertained in my show, send it my way. I'll happily entertain you all. Now, this may be the last time I'll be on Kick for this week. Perhaps I'll be back next Saturday. Saturday at 1:30 Pacific time. Or at least I'll hopefully be back once up on Sunday, same time as usual. But if you want to see more from me, I will be on Twitch on Monday, 7:30 p.m. Pacific, where we'll continue our adventure of Unicorn Overlord. Without further ado, I hope you enjoyed our show. I'm not repeating that whole ending. I don't know why I was about to go into it again. But the night show is offline.